Good evening and salutations, my Days of Our Lives fans. Talk about Allie and Will for a minute because there was things that I liked about this conversation, okay? And then there were things that um, I don't know. Allie. Here's the thing. Allie is not my favorite character. To be honest, I really don't like her. She comes across as dingbat, and I just don't like her. And so this conversation is a very important and it's a very important conversation to have. Will pretty much talks to her, tries to guide her on her sexuality and what she identifies as. Because she asked Will, like, do you think I'm gay or anything like that? I'm like, Will can't answer that question for you. You kind of got to sit there and answer that question yourself, but he does do a great job as far as guiding her to her feelings and what she feels like she is. So that part is great. All right, that part is great. She talks about Chanel and she talks about how she feels about her and you know, um, yeah, how Chanel makes her feel. And that part is see that part is great for the conversation. My issue comes in the form of, well, damn, the way she kept talking about Chanel and she kept lighting up and everything like that. It was like, wow, it seems like you kind of got over that whole trip thing kind of fast. That whole cheating thing. Remember that? Remember how sad you felt because you broke this man's heart and you really lost out on a great guy. Yeah, it kind of seemed like that just fell out the window, right? Like that was the part that bothered me. Was the fact that every time she kept talking about Chanel, it's like, oh, you just seem like she got over it so fast, you know. Um, and it was one of those things where it's like, well, you know, here's the thing. She had feelings for Chanel for quite a while, and she did what she did partly because of that. But my whole thing is like, listen, I don't care if she slept with Chanel or she slept with some other guy. The fact of the matter was she wasn't all in with Trip. And she should have probably thought about that before she decided to do what she did. And, you know, talking about Chanel just kind of seemed like he just glossed over that fact, you know? And that was the part that really bothered me. Um, now let's talk about Ray for a minute. So Ray, if you saw the previews, he shoots Eli. So kind of back up a little bit. Yesterday he found the stuff on the ground and he kind of tastes it a little bit. I'm like, bro, listen, I don't know anything about as far as cops and procedure and stuff like that, but I'm like, did you really actually have to sit there and taste test that to make sure it was, you know, stuff? Couldn't just, take it down to the station and have them analyze it. You really had to. So he, Eli asked what's in the bag, in his pocket. And of course, we know what's in his pocket, but, um, Ray's like, oh, well, it's the last donut, and it's from that really good bakery, and I can't trust you to, since it's the last one, I can't really trust you to sit there and have it. And so Eli pretty much was like, yeah, see, that's not good enough, and more or less he grabs him to put him under arrest. And at this point, Ray fights back, and they're grabbing each other and they're struggling, and he grabs for his gun and he shoots him. Apparently, he shot him in the head. So, moving forward, again, my three theories, they can go either way. They can either A, kill him off, they can put him in a coma for about a week like they did with Abe, or they can kind of shelve him to the side and put him in a coma, longer. And, I feel like that is the likely scenario. Is that they're going to sit there and they're going to shelve him for a little bit, um, and bring him back later on. Because, the actor that plays Eli is also on this show called All American. I don't know the shooting schedule or anything like that, but, he pretty much does double duty. So I'm guessing maybe that may be the reason why he's kind of going to be off canvas for a little bit. Who knows? Anyway, so he shoots him, he freaks out, and he calls the dealer. And the dealer, I think he calls the dealer. The dealer came back. I think the dealer came back. I can't remember. He came back. He was like, "Whoa, I didn't sign up for all this. I don't know what this is about. I didn't see anything. This isn't I don't know problems." So he's about to walk away, and Ray's like, "Yeah." So now it's going to be a problem. Now, Lonnie's sitting there talking to Beth for a little bit, and at first Beth was kind of apprehensive as far as talking to her, which I don't understand why, since she was so fine, she was so okay with talking to Eli. And finding out that is her daughter, you would think that Beth would be more forthcoming, like, yo, listen, I gotta tell you about, Ray, like, it's your daughter, it's your father, but I got some stories to tell you, but whatever, she has her reasons. So she's a little apprehensive. They get a call, somebody got shot, and Lonnie's like, listen, can you sit there and wait? I really want to talk to you. They get down there at this point, Lonnie freaks out like any person would. And also sees the drug dealer. Oh, screw it. I already said I'm not going to monetize this one anyway. Um, how do people do that? I mean, listen, I censor myself as far as curses, but I mean, anyway. So they see the dealer, and he looks like he's been using, and he seems like he's out of it. He also has a gun in his hand. So now Ray set it up so where it's like the dealer, shot Eli, and that whole thing with that. So Lonnie rides with Eli to the hospital and, says a couple words before they kind of bring him in because at this point they kind of stabilize him. But the dealer, he ODs, so yeah, he pretty much ODs. Now Ray freaks out. He gets to the hotel. He freaks out. He has blood on his on his shirt and everything like that. He freaks out. He's like, "Oh, I didn't mean to do it," and he made me do it, and this, that, and the third. And he calms down. And he's like, what? Listen, let me burn these clothes and get myself cleaned off, and just move forward. He also remembers a conversation with Eli as far as Beth. So he calls Beth up. Now, for some, I don't understand why Beth decided to come to this man's hotel room. So Ray calls Beth and he's like, "Hey, listen, did you tell anyone else about you know, a little time together, pretty much?" And she doesn't say anything. So he's like, "All right, good. Listen, why don't you come to my hotel? I'll make you an offer that you cannot refuse. All you have to do is just come over." Now, I wrote on my notes WTF because I don't understand when Beth was like, "Listen, I'm about to sit there and tell him everything. We're gonna make this official. I'm gonna put you away for a very long time. You're done, Joe, buddy. You're done." I don't understand why she decided to come to this man's hotel by herself. I know this is a soap opera, and I know people do things that's just like, you know, well, it's like they dumb down the characters pretty much. They kind of, what do I sit there and call it? I haven't said it in a while. Oh, I've said it before. Um, plot versus common sense. Yeah, plot versus common sense. Um, yeah, plot versus common sense. So she comes down there and she's like, "Listen, I got 911 on speed dial. All I gotta sit there and do is press, one button." It's like, "Can we sit there and meet on the hallway or, in the lobby or whatever?" It's like, "No, no, no, it's just information." Oh, I just, listen, I'm not gonna hurt you, I promise. And she's like, I heard that one before. And then she proceeds to come in this man's room. I don't understand how saying that out loud made me feel stupid. You ever said a sentence that is so dumb that when you say it, you just feel stupid? That's how I feel when I just said what I said. I don't understand that, and I need to move on because I feel like I feel like I'm gonna sound more stupider if I keep thinking about what just happened. So Bella is choking the life out of Marlena because at this point now Bella's possessed. Johnny wakes up with Chanel, and it looked like he's about to sit there and talk. Hey, listen, I want to apologize because yada yada yada. But they hear a loud bang, and Chanel runs out there first, and Diablo freezes Chanel because apparently that's one of his powers now. Okay. And Diablo's like, listen, I'm gonna kill Marlena, and I'm gonna sit there and kill you too. And then Johnny knocks Bella out, and then Diablo just goes right back into Johnny, and you know his plan works out perfectly. They sedate Bella, and yeah, they sedate Bella, bring her upstairs, tie her up, and everything like that. And Marlena leaves to go get John. And now, of course, Diablo's there gloating because, everything just worked out in his plan. So if anyone's sitting there wondering when this whole possession storyline is going to end, well, it seems like it's going to be quite a while. Because reasons. You know what? As much as I sit there and complain about that, I'll still take that over Jen Spears' any storyline of any day, of any year, ever, because that is still a character that annoys the hell out of me. And yeah, I know she's coming back sooner or later. Oh joy, I can't wait. Now Chanel leaves to, I guess, to talk to Allie, and Allie is all like super happy seeing Chanel. And once again, I'm just like, I guess you're over that whole trip thing now, right? That's just in the past. That's Dunzo. Okay, man, I can't stand that woman. But Chanel's like, listen, you need to sit down. I gotta tell you some stuff. So I guess maybe tomorrow or the next day she's gonna kind of fill her in on everything that's been going on. Oh yeah, Sean was in this episode. I don't know if I said that, but yeah, Sean's in this episode. I feel like that's pretty much about it. Like I said, an enjoyable episode. Um, yeah, an enjoyable episode. I still don't like Allie. Um, I really don't. But she's here because reasons. Even when she said woke, she was all like, "Oh yeah, I'm all like woke and everything." And I'm like, I cannot believe you actually said that. But you know what? To be fair, I feel like almost anything that comes out this woman's mouth is just very questionable. So yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna go. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe, and I will see you in the next video.